west winds. Sunday nights lows at 69 with partly cloudy skies. Partly sunny Monday, highs reaching 90. And then chances for showers and storms pick up Monday night into Tuesday. High temperatures fall off in the mid-80s on Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Paul Frombley with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Right now, 62.
Local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show for a Saturday morning, a day in which I could be in trouble because of the two guests that I have this morning. They are well known in this area for their talents, one of them well known all over the world, actually. We welcome to the program this morning the man I have dubbed the Gershwinologist, to which he's added the world title I noticed the other day. He's now the world Gershwinologist. We say good morning to Kevin Cole. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
And with him this morning, a man who is well known in theater circles around here for his work with the Bay City Players and others. We say good morning to Leeds Bird. Leeds, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Glad
to see both of you, and you can watch all of us on twitch.tv, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We're going to start with something coming up because this is kind of unusual. You're actually going to do an outdoor production of Godspell, is that right?
That's right. We're in Winona Park in downtown Bay City, and the band shell has just been renovated. Well, it got renovated and didn't get a chance to be used because of COVID. And so we're going to be the first book show. They do concerts, but this will be the first book musical that they'll be doing with the new center.
It's kind of unusual to do musicals outdoors, isn't it?
Well, COVID did it. Players had discontinued their season because of COVID.
Right.
And then the board got an offer in March of this year. This year? Yes, this year. To have some days in the park. And we thought, well, COVID activity outdoors was much less threatening. So I asked Kevin, and Kevin said yes. And so we prepared a proposal, gave it to the board, and they said fine. However, of course, so many things have lessened with COVID that it would have been a much easier task. It's been quite a task because for a long time, we did everything under the restrictions that were set out.
Including rehearsals.
But things are much nicer now, much more comfortable.
Yep. Why Godspell?
Well, it was interesting because it happened to be there. It was supposed to be the summer show for the Players season that got discontinued. And so when the space was available, I thought, well, why not take the show that was supposed to be the summer show that year and do it this year? And it happened to be Godspell, which Kevin and I both like very much. I directed this years ago at Garber High School, and Kevin was, what were you, an organist?
I played the electronic organ in the rock band as a sophomore in high school.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You're going to relive a little history here, Kevin.
Indeed.
Now you're going to be the musical director?
I am. And we were blessed with quite a cast, especially some new talent to Bay City Players, vocally speaking. And initially, this show, when written, was done with 10 people. But because of the size of the stage, which is about 60 feet across in the band shell, as opposed to 27 feet across at Bay City Players, Leeds suggested we cast larger, so we have 18 performers, and I'll have a 5-piece rock band made up of area musicians who play in some of the more prominent rock bands around town.
And it is a rock musical, isn't it?
Well, yes and no. When it was first written, it was a little more folk rock and pop and a little bit of show music thrown in because Stephen Schwartz came on board to kind of shape it into a real stage musical. When it came to Broadway in 2011, he revised the score so that some of the tunes that we know from the original now are in different styles than they were in the original. And the vocal arrangements are much more complex, and the script has more contemporary references to our time rather than the early 70s.
So it's been modernized, so to speak.
In a way.
Yes, the feeling to it is far more contemporary. Opened in the late 60s and was a direct reflection of hippies and flower children. And the whole way of staging, the whole way of singing, the using a cast of 10. But we found also that not just the size, but we had all these people audition, and that was odd because it all had to be done by video.
Yeah.
They had to shoot their own videos and then forward them to us, and we cast a show looking at little people on a little screen. But these people had gone so long without being able to do any theater. And for people who work in theater, that's something they need to do all the time. And so we thought, well, why limit it to 10? And we've gone up to 18 totally. And I couldn't be happier. This was a perfect choice.
What did you have to do to rescore to 18?
Well,
He's laughing.
no, just from my standpoint, I just had to make sure things were balanced vocally. And also during rehearsals with the COVID restrictions, we were singing with masks on and more than 6 feet away. And you take more breaks because, you know, the air can't flow as well. And I know from Leeds' standpoint, though, that what intrigued me when he initially asked me, of course, we've worked together. I think this is either our 24th or I think 25th show together as director, music director. His concept really intrigued me because we're not doing it with the hippie love, flower power and the mime makeup like is traditional. And I'll let Leeds tell you his concept.
Well, this show clearly deals with love, deals with harmony, deals with working together to create a better world. And it seemed to me that that was a message our country could use right now. And so we decided that, well, for instance, in costuming, we would costume each performer as a different profession in the United States. So we have a police officer on stage, a fire person on stage. We have a doctor, a nurse. We have a pregnant lady. We have a military man, a soldier. We have 18, well, excuse me, because we have to get rid of, well, no, Judas is in. We say 18, but we have 3 men who are the named characters, John the Baptist, Judas, and Jesus. And, well, Jesus is costumed in a very plain, looks like a linen summer shirt and pants.
Let me ask this question. I've got to take a break here, but just quite quick answer here. If I had seen Godspell on Broadway and I come to see your Godspell, am I going to recognize it?
The music and the plot, but the visuals will be very different.
Different visuals with the music and the plot will be there.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on, guys. We've got to take a break, and we will be back. We're talking to Kevin Cole and Leeds Birds, and we'll tell you about the dates and everything coming up for Godspell at Winona Park here on WSGW. We will be back after these notes.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
The days of paying full price are over. And at RocketGrabPlus.com, we are here to give you the killer deals that you need. You can get tons of half-off deals going on right now from Joyce's Purple Palette, Kitchen Kings, JB's Market, Woody's Hot Dogs, King's Fish and More, Beer Garden, and the Hamptons Boutique Tanning and Salon. Half off? Yeah, buddy. It's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of My Pillow. Here to tell you about my Giza Dream bed sheets. The long staple cotton makes my Giza Dream sheets ultra soft and durable. They come with my 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. And now you can get the best sheets ever for the best price ever. When you buy one of my Giza Dream bed sheet sets, you'll get another one absolutely free.
.com and click on the radio listeners square and use promo code SKY, S-K-Y, for this amazing special.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
If the pandemic's taught us anything, it's that the easiest way for germs to get into your body is the nose. We all know how to wash our hands, but how do you clean your nose? For over 2 million Americans, the answer is Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs that cause congestion, colds, and flu, so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Better yet, Navage is all natural and drug-free, because top respiratory hospitals recommends nasal irrigation to stay healthy, explaining that bacteria and viruses thrive in warm and moist environments and that you can wash away those germs so they don't make your nose their home. Experience Navage at zero risk. Go to Navage.com, buy Navage, and use it for a month. If you're not delighted, return it for a full refund. There's nothing to lose and a lifetime of better breathing to gain. Also available at Target, Walgreens, CVS, Bed Bath, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-H-E-E.
Tom Bodette here, still leaving the light on for the long-haul trucker. While we were locked down at home, you were out there day and night bringing us what we needed to make it through. And Motel 6 is here to help you make it through. Want to trade a loose load strap and a sore back for a good night's sleep? Yes, you do. It's just down the road with a clean, comfortable room and a great low rate. You'll know it when you see it. I'm Tom Bodette from Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, Eric Lenz of the Lake St. Clair Walleye Association, then Drew Youngdyke of the National Wildlife Federation. In hour number 2, we're talking with Captain Dave Engel of Best Chance 2 Charters out of Southern Lake, Michigan. And in hour number 3, we're getting ready for archery season with Kevin Pritchard of Jay's Sporting Goods. Listen Sunday mornings at 9 on 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
In the fly ball left field, deep to left, and gone, a home run. Eric Haas smokes it into the seats on a 3-0 number 9.
The Tigers play 3:50 today on 790 News Radio WSGW.
And we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show for a Saturday morning, talking to Kevin Cole and Leeds Bird about the upcoming production of Godspell, which is going to be at Winona Park. And before we get too far along, when?
Well, the dates are July 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. That's a Thursday through Sunday run. Start time is 7 p.m., but the gates at Winona Park open at 6 p.m. And tickets are available a couple different ways. At the gate, the day of. Also by calling Bay City Players box office, which is 989-893-5555. Or you can go online to baycityplayers.org to order your tickets. And we do have an adult price and then a student price as well. So that helps out. And if there is rain, which we're hoping not to have, we do have a rain date of Monday the 19th as a makeup if, in reserve if we need it. But hopefully we won't. And we'll have beautiful sunny weather.
Is there a limit to tickets? How many?
Not really. I think they have 600 might be around the limit, but players, we're reaching the 300 mark on a few of our dates, and tickets can be purchased at the State Theater as well, courtesy of Mike Batchgalupo, who kind of is the impresario of so much of what goes on downtown. But he's been so generous with time and energy and things that we need there. So it's really, we've had some practices on the band shell stage already. And I have to say, being the person that did the very first performance on the original stage back in 1982 as a brown bag lunch concert before the grass was even put in, the new show really has some acoustic advantages, because without miking, when the singers were singing, we were surprised how much was coming back to them. And also Leeds and others that were out in the park listening said, it's projecting pretty well. So there's something to be said for the new shape, that kind of bonnet that's over the stage there.
It's our own Hollywood Bowl.
In miniature, maybe.
Yes. In miniature. And so have you had full cast, full production rehearsals? Have you done a full dress?
Yes, we have.
Yeah, just with me on the keyboard, not with the band yet, but we will. Obviously, the week of, we get some dress rehearsal time there. I'm excited to put this rock band together because I haven't played in a band that is more rock oriented in quite a while. We're going back to my high school days when I would fill in once in a while with little high school pickup.
Oh, I hope there's video of that.
Well, this is going to be interesting. In fact, one of the guitar players is a former student from Garber High School, where Leeds and his wife taught. And he used to play for many shows there and for me. His name was Todd Lane, a superb guitarist, and he and his wife lived in San Francisco. And it just so happens that I mentioned to him a few months ago, anything bring you out to Bay City or this area this summer? And they said, well, we're going to vacation around the 4th of July. I said, would you like to extend your holiday and play for us? So he's going to be playing lead guitar. And our guitarists have to play acoustic, electric, and in Todd's case, he's also this mandolin part for one of the numbers. So they're pretty versatile. But I'm excited because we haven't played, Todd and I, together, because we used to do a lot of performing in the area, and probably a good 30 years, if not more. So, yeah, it's nice to have friends that don't mind coming back for a little nostalgia.
All right, we'll come back to Godspell, but I have to get on to some other things with both of you. Leeds, what got you into theater?
My high school drama teacher. I was going to be a court reporter all the way through high school. I can type 83 words a minute the last time I was timed. I can take shorthand. I can do all those things. And then my senior year, I auditioned for play. And that just turned everything around. I'm glad I can type fast. It got me a good job in the Army. But nonetheless, that's what did it. And he was Clarence Murphy at Handy High School, a very dedicated man with a very serious drama program. We became very good friends afterwards. And it was the kind of thing where when I was out of school in 19 or 20 and he was going to Stratford in Canada for some Shakespeare, he'd say, do you want to go? And of course, I'd jump at the opportunity. And that was the kind of thing that just led me down the trail, finding someone in particular who pointed the way. That was tremendous.
You came back and taught.
I'm sorry?
You came back and taught then, right?
Oh, yes. I made that decision after I was graduated from college, my undergraduate. I thought, okay, are you interested in pursuing this professionally? And I seriously walked around several blocks in the summer at night talking to myself and decided I cannot take that much turn down. I can't be rejected that often. I would take it too personally. And the actors we know, they didn't want me, so they go on to the next. I would feel I have to go home. That's what kind of a wimp I am.
Well, you never struck your fortunes on Broadway. You never went the Great White Way, huh?
So I decided I would be a big fish in a little pond instead of a little fish in a big pond.
And here we all are today, except for the big fish sitting with us. I mean, he's
the
played in the big pond.
Medium fish for me.
Yeah, right. Kevin, I've got to ask you, and I somewhere in the many, many years we've been doing this, I probably asked you, but, as a young man, what made you sit down at the piano?
Well, my parents had recognized my reaction to music from the time I was in the crib. Anytime that they had quite a large and eclectic record collection, and when they put something on, or if the radio was playing, I'd be moving and trying to sing to it. My dad had played trumpet and piano in school, and apparently was a pretty good trumpeter. So when they married and finally bought their first house, his sister in Detroit was getting rid of an old piano, and she asked if anyone wanted it. And my dad said, "Hey, it'd be nice to have a piano in the house." And they thought one of their boys would take lessons. And my brothers at that time weren't interested. I was 4.5 and I was eager. They could have put a tuba or a piccolo in my hands. I needed something to express what was churning up inside me with music. And that's how it started. I just started with a local teacher. And then as things progressed, got with better teachers, eventually went to the summer music camp Interlochen and on and on. But instead of college, which I had offers for, and I just, for some reason, my year at Interlochen really filled me up, and I needed to put the brakes on for a minute to say, what do I want to do? Kind of what Lee's just said, taking the walks around town. I took a long walk, and here we are, 40 some years later, and I still haven't gone to college. But my college happened because of Ed Jablonski, because I was visiting New York at the time, thinking I was going to go to the Manhattan School of Music. It didn't work out, but those initial visits with Jablonski led to going to see him in summer. And then when I got out of school, spending more time, and he and his wife were kind enough to let me stay with them. And that's how I met and played for all these great American songwriters like Irving Berlin and Harold Arlen.
I was going to ask you, what led you to Gershwin?
Well, the movie Rhapsody in Blue, when I was 7, seeing that film.
7.
Yeah, because I didn't realize the story was all made up and not really true to Gershwin. It's all Hollywood. But all the performances were so right on the money, and with people who had worked with Gershwin, like Al Jolson, Oscar Levant, and the cast members of Porgy and Bess, that struck something in me. And I'd already been taking lessons for 3 years, so I needed to delve into him more. Little did I know, my first trip to New York when I was 15, and I found Jablonski in the phone book and went and played for him, the preeminent Gershwin biographer who happens to be from Bay City. He's the one that pointed out. He said, at 15, he said, you sound like Gershwin when you play Gershwin. And I didn't know what you could do with that. And I still try to figure that out sometimes.
Well, Kevin's not a person to say this, but there was something there all the time. And I've worked with Kevin in Chicago, in Kentucky, in Pennsylvania. It doesn't matter where, Connecticut. There is intrinsic in him a musical genius, and I'm serious about that. I don't throw that around. I have seen him sit down at a piano in order to, one of these things. Well, we went to Connecticut to see about having a show he'd written, produced. And it's the kind of thing, after we made our presentation, we'll play some Gershwin for us. So they don't care what, just play for us. And he can sit down and compose in his head a beautifully sounding medley of several composers, a variety of songs, and it's intact and complete from beginning to end. And that doesn't happen because you go to school. That doesn't happen because you've learned something. There has to be something inside that allows that to come outside. And I think Kevin a prophet in his own town is not much of a prophet, but I think that's the catch with Kevin. He is brilliant. We've seen him at the Hollywood Bowl. We've seen him at the Kennedy Center, at Carnegie Hall, and they stand for him. At the Hollywood Bowl, the guy behind us who had season tickets, when they stood for Kevin, and he knew that we knew Kevin because here one of the stars who's playing came up before the show and said, "Hi, I'm so glad you're here," and then left. That man said, "We don't stand at the bowl."
Yeah.
And he's not about to say that.
No,
I know it, and I've known him a long
And
time.
I'm not about to say it again. So I hope you listen.
We'll never do it again. His head's got to get through the door, So
Oh,
give
my
him
goodness.
a chance. We're going to take a break, guys. We'll be back. We're talking to Kevin Cole and Leeds Birds. Coming up, Godspell. It's going to be at Winona Park. We'll tell you more about that when we return here on the Art Lewis Show.
This is Rachel from the SVRC Marketplace, located at 203 South Washington, right on Riverfront Saginaw. This summer, support over 30 small businesses inside and our local farmers outside under our pavilion. Our favorites like Falafel Hut, Purple Sage Beach Store, Divine Taste of Chicago, and Honey's Tasty Potatoes. We welcome new businesses like House of Serene, Chris Made It, and coming soon, Yum Yum Cereal Bar. Family fun events like Family Fun Day, Riverfront Car Show, and Cosplay Anyone. Make sure book for all our family events. Summer is sizzling inside the SVRC Marketplace, open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Need a rental space? Check out the Marketplace. We thank you for the continued support of our small businesses. Remember to
shop local, eat local, and support small business. And we'll see you at the market.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-6271.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-590-7516. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou. 800-590-7516. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-590-7516. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-590-7516. 800-590-7516.
On our first date, we had masks on and kept 6 feet apart. Now, we're a lot closer.
Just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
Direct from the Stone Specialist Studios, 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Saturday edition of the Art Lewis Show, talking to Kevin Cole and Leeds Bird about Godspell coming up at Winona Park, which we'll remind you of. But let's talk about the rest of the season elsewhere. Leeds, let's start with Bay City Players. What's coming up on the schedule for the Players?
Bay City Players has a large season. They're beginning with, actually, I was going to say, they have two. That's what got me confused for a minute. They have two productions that are going to play one weekend, but they're very timely. One is called Portraits, and it's a tribute to some survivors of 9/11, because last year when it was going to come up, it was an anniversary. It opens with that, and then it's followed by the Noel Coward comedy called Present Laughter. And that is followed by Kevin Cole's Christmas.
Oh, there's one of those, huh?
Yeah, Cole in Your Stocking. But before that is the 10 November.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. 10 November, that's the other serious one.
Yeah.
That deals with a real life incident. And that is the Edmund Fitzgerald, which was going to be performed on the anniversary. But of course, COVID interrupted.
Yep.
Then there's Cole in Your Stocking. And then there is Tuna Christmas, which is a nonsensical, hilarious piece with Larry Jacobs and Kurt Miller playing like 42 characters, male, female, young, and old. And they're never off stage for longer than 15 seconds.
I don't know Larry, but I know Kurt, and I could picture it.
Yeah. And then we're doing the first of a trilogy that we're looking at. The trilogy is called Detroit 67, and that's the name of the first show. It looks at family, an African-American family in Detroit, trying to set up a business of their own in after-hours place in the basement of their home, and suddenly find themselves in the middle of the Detroit 67 riots.
I'll give you a piece of trivia. You know that Kurt Miller once played me?
No.
He did. Remember Leo Najar, when the late, Leo was alive and he had the Bijou Orchestra? They did these tributes every now and then to folks known in the community. And Leo did a tribute to me, and it was the story of how I met my wife, which is a very funny story. And Kurt was selected to play me in this telling of this story.
And Kathy Pulaski played your wife.
I'm sorry?
Kathy Pulaski played your wife?
Maybe. I don't remember, to be honest, but
I saw that. I should have remembered.
Yeah, I met her in a restaurant, and it was Thanksgiving, and it's a great story, and they did a great job with it. Leo was a good friend, and miss him dearly. But that's a little bit of trivia for Kurt. Not his best role ever, but I'm sure he's happy. Kevin, how about you? You got any orchestra performances coming up?
Yeah, I'm finally going to get back in the saddle, and I guess that really is apropos, because my first symphony concert will be in El Paso, Texas, with the El Paso Symphony, and I do a double with them the last weekend of September. And of course, their conductor also conducts the Midland Symphony. That's how I got that gig. And the following weekend, October 2nd, I'll be with the Battle Creek Symphony playing a Rhapsody in Blue. And then will be the Cole in Your Stocking. And I have a good hunch that I will be able to revive Jingle Beers, my sing-along at Chet's Corner Bar.
I was going to say.
And it'll be like within the week before Christmas. And I had, again, because of COVID, I haven't been able to touch my old piano, the one I started on, and I had just put a chunk of change in getting the keys redone and whatnot. So I'm itching to go back. And then in February, I believe I'm with the Albany Symphony doing a Paul Whiteman tribute. And of course, Paul Whiteman figured into the Gershwin story. So there'll be some good arranging there. Yeah.
Have you played anything more than you've played Rhapsody?
Probably not. Back in the day when I was younger, I would have said I played The Entertainer by Scott Joplin because of the movie The Sting.
Right.
More times than I said the alphabet, probably. I mean, it was, if I had a nickel for every time that. And then when Pinball Wizard was played by Elton John, everybody in the movie of Tommy, everyone wanted me to play Pinball Wizard. So those two were very, very big. But yes, I would say the Rhapsody. And in 2024, we will celebrate the 100th year of the Rhapsody's creation. So I hope to be busy every night of the year.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. You'll be doing a lot of traveling. Keep your frequent flyer miles up to date. All right, hang on, guys. We'll take a last break and then come back and finish up with Kevin Cole and Leeds Bird. More ahead on the Art Lewis Show for this Saturday morning.
Hi, this is Pat Johnston from WSGW. We've all had that dream. Tie game, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. Well, on FanDuel Sportsbook, you get more than just one shot to swing for the fences because FanDuel is letting you place your first bet risk-free. That's right. New users get up to $1,000 back in site credit if your first bet doesn't win. Now, there's a reason FanDuel Sportsbook is America's #1 sportsbook. The app is simple to use. They've got great odds on all the different betting markets, unique fun bet types like same-game parlay, and always on promotions to let you get more action out of every game. And when you pay your winnings in as little as 24 hours. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code WSGW to get in on the action. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code WSGW. Must be 21 and present in Michigan. First online real money wager only for risk-free bet. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
When the forgotten poor are in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, a floating hospital staffed by volunteers, heroes of mercy who donate their time to save lives.
Every human has the right to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the smiles that you get change, then it would make it all worth it.
To learn more about Heroes of Mercy, go to mercyships.org.
If you're attacked by a bear, a dog will throw himself into the mouth of the bear to save you. Dogs are dogs. They pour out their love onto you. Before long, you can't live without them. I have a chocolate cocker spaniel named Lady and a blackmouth cur. He's about 120 pounds, and his name is Arlo. My little cocker, her coat's as soft as a stuffed animal. They're both real soft coats, and my dogs don't have any health problems because they're eating what they need to eat.
DINOVITE.com.
Dynavite is like pouring a multivitamin right onto their food.
The omega-3 fatty acids, flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa, the digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
All these food, then squirt Malika chops in the fish oil. They start salivating.
Dynavite is nutrition.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
It's a lot of responsibility owning a dog. I get my Dynavite at DINOVITE.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Vino Wine Warehouse Summer Festival. It would normally cost you $30, but you are getting it for $15. The Vino Wine Warehouse features over 1,000 retail wine items, 16 draft craft beers, a full liquor section, and a unique modern menu featuring a lot of appetizers at low Bay City prices. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
This week on Mi Gente on Air, we have Tejano royalty in the house, Stephanie Montiel. Talk about their brilliant careers in the Tejano genre. I'm your host, Larry Rodarte, and they're bringing their La Buena Vida tour to Saganaw's Union Civica. Join us.
Mi Gente on Air, Sunday evenings at 8 on WSGW.
And we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show for this Saturday morning. Talking to Kevin Cole and Leeds Bird about Godspell coming up. Let's remind everybody again the when and wheres of Godspell.
The dates are June 15th through the 18th.
How about July?
Oh, sorry, July. Thank you. It's one of those days.
It was a
July
great
15th
show.
through the 18th, which is a Thursday through Sunday run, 7 p.m., Winona Park in Bay City. And you can purchase tickets at the gate. The gates open at 6. Don't forget, you have to bring your own lawn chair or blanket. And tickets can be purchased through the Bay City Players box office, 989-893-5555, or at the gate, or at online with baycityplayers.org.
Or the State Theater, probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
But if you can catch them there.
Yeah. It has nothing to do.
Yeah, but I hope people come because, again, the talent pool for this show, I can't rave about it enough. It's not easy music in this new version at all. I mean, it breaks off from 4 parts to 6 parts to even 8 parts, and all the different styles you have to have. And you have to be able to blend with 18 voices as well as be a soloist or in a trio or a duo. So everyone gets a chance to be featured, really. And I think there are some nice surprises from some of our cast members that people, if they've seen them before, will see them a different way in this show.
Leeds, let me ask, when you stage a show in a theater, you've got a fixed presidium. You've got everything is under your control. How is it different staging a show outdoors?
Well, Kevin and I years ago he conducted the music for Annie Get Your Gun in a horse arena in Kentucky using real horses. So it's not our first venture.
Yeah.
That answers that.
The biggest problem I feel, and I think I've designed the set to work that way, and we've done a choreographer, it's focus. In a large space, where are you supposed to look? If we're dealing with a 60-foot wide proscenium, people can just get lost. So what we've had to do, and it's a little unusual, but what we've done is we have all of our people in the show are individuals. None of them are characters. None of them have names. So they are using their personality. The fireman isn't acting like a fireman. He's acting like a person dressed as a fireman who's listening to these things for the first time. And so we are able to use, if they're a duet, we are able to use 13 people to create the focus because they are paying attention to what's going on. So if you do look the wrong place, their vision tells you where you should go. And it helps tremendously. Of course, height makes a difference too on stage. We can't get much height, but we're getting as tall as we can because we have to load in and load out everything more than once because there are concerts in between our rehearsals in the show.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a task. But focus, I think, is the biggest problem. But we've got all sorts of people who tell you where to look.
Yeah. And Kevin, how about doing music outdoors? You've done it both ways.
Well, in recent years, I've been conducting players, musicals, and my orchestra or band from behind the performers. And we do not have, like Broadway, television monitors so they see my head nod or Catan give them a beat. So since I am also the rehearsal pianist for all the rehearsals, I try to instill my rhythm and my tempos so that they breathe with me and they feel solid on entrances and cutoffs. And that's not easy when you're dealing with 18 people to get them all in sync. But if I've done my work, I have programmed their little microchips in their brain to just know where to go when they need to. And they've been very good about that. And it just gets better as we get closer.
Last question for you, Kevin.
Yeah.
During COVID, became an online sensation in many ways, including the concert I remember. I thought it was in California, but I'm not sure. We had a drone flying around and all kinds of stuff. Any online in your future?
The radio festival. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Will you do online again?
Absolutely. I think just like restaurants are going to keep their drive-thrus open now, whether they had one before or not, I'm going to keep my drive-thru online so that it just, again, it's like doing concerts online during this time, especially for me, who did not have a big online presence. It had to be like people being heard on the radio for the first time or on television, where millions can tune in, and in our case, thousands heard me that, and many.
Might not otherwise.
I'm sorry?
Might not otherwise.
Right.
I got to interrupt because we're out of time, but I want to thank Leeds, first of all. Thank you for joining us this morning. Good luck with Godspell. Kevin, my friend, anytime.
Okay.
Talk to you in the future. Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Bye-bye now.
Bye now.
Kevin Cole and Leeds Bird, and we thank them for joining us here on this Saturday edition of the Art Lewis Show. We will be back to close out. Let me take time to ask you how you slept last night, because, you know, in this crazy world we live in today, we're asked to do more for less. So when you go to bed and you spend a third of your life there, you need quality sleep. You can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. You can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you're using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your dollars are spent and they stay right here in our local economy. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And they feature 1-hour window delivery of your mattress to your home, so you don't have to wait around all day. If you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you, something the box stores can't do. Visit Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom, serving this area since 1935. Set your GPS to 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them on the web at sanitarymattress.com or call 753-1757. Sanitary Mattress. We'll be back to close out after these notes.
Great Lakes Bay Health Centers would like to remind you that building a defense against COVID-19 will take all of us. That's why we're proud to offer not only COVID testing, but also free COVID vaccines at multiple locations. Visit GreatLakesBayHealthCenters.org for comprehensive information on locations and times near you. The only way this pandemic will end is with us. So let's all do our part to stay healthy and get vaccinated. Please remember to continue following safety measures to keep yourself, your family, and our community safe. Together, we can finally end COVID-19.
Plenty of time for summer planting of trees, shrubs, and perennials. And with all the rain we have had the last week, plants are looking great. Time to get your hands in the dirt while you plant your garden or fix up your lawn. But make sure your dirt is more than just dirt. No matter what you are starting with, All Organic Dairy Dew can help. A little of this soil amendment goes a long way to improve your growing project from the ground up. Stop in at Maple Hill Nursery and Garden Center in Midland. Stop in and see our large selection. We have something to spruce up your yard this summer. Relax in style with some new outdoor furniture from Pollywood or Alfresco Home. Special orders and delivery are available on all items. We will be closed July 4th and 5th for Independence Day. Maple Hill Nursery and Garden Center, miles north of the Midland Mall on Eastman Road, just past Higher Standards Automotive in Midland. Summer hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Visit us on the web at www.maplehillmidland.com or like us on Facebook.
Stick around now for Simply Financial with Kevin Ray, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Happy July 4th.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.